Welcome to the WRAL Daily Download. I'm Grace Holland. A 49-year-old man and two teenagers were found dead after a house fire in Wake County Tuesday. The State Bureau of Investigation and the Wake County Sheriff's Office are two of the agencies investigating what happened here. WRAL's Willie Daniely joins me with what we know so far. Willie, thanks for being here.
Happy to be here, Grace.
Okay, so what is the timeline that we know so far of this fire?
Well, we know that at around 9:30 this morning, that is when the call came in for multiple Wake County fire departments to come here to this house on Rand Road for a house fire.
We noted it was a working fire. We initiated an interior fire attack. In that plan, we identified and found 3 victims inside the house.
EMS, I need stretcher at the front door. We have a victim inside.
All 3 victims have been pronounced deceased. Our mindset transitions to our people. So we will be conducting some peer assessment to make sure our staff's okay, as well as anybody else that was on scene here today. And, our heart goes out to the victims as well.
We do know that investigators were out here for over 9 hours after that initial call conducting the investigation.
Gotcha. And it, from the images from Sky 5 and our crews on the ground, it looked like a pretty involved investigation. Who are the people that died in this?
So we do know the identity of one person, a 49-year-old named Shannon Collins, and 2 other people were killed in this fire, a 13-year-old and a 15-year-old, as well as 2 cats that were inside of the home. Due to the age of those 2 teenagers, they haven't released the names.
Yeah, just unimaginable. Where did this fire happen? What is that neighborhood like?
Well, this happened at Rand Road. This is right at the intersection of 1010 Road in the Garner area. It's a very nice residential area. We drove around speaking to different neighbors, and they seem to be, a pretty welcoming and close-knit community. As driving down the street, people were waving at us, very welcoming and inviting. But they didn't know a lot about the people who lived in this home that the fire took place at.
Okay, let's take a quick break right there, and we'll be right back. Willie, before the break, you were saying that you talked to some of the neighbors around where this home is on Rand Road. What did the neighbors say about all of this commotion, and did they know anything about the people who lived there?
They didn't know much about the people who lived there, but they did tell us that this entire situation came as a shock.
It's just a sad day right now.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, feel sad.
I didn't know it was this close to us, It's sad because I'm getting emotional, because 3 people lost their life in broad daylight. That's something not right. Something is not right with this situation.
Obviously, it's devastating when you hear about anyone passing away in such a fatal thing as a fire, but let alone it being one of your next door neighbors. But they also have a lot of questions. Some of them told us that it just didn't sound right to them, that a fire happened at 10 o'clock in the morning, 3 people died, and no one was able to get out of the house. So just like us, a lot of the people who live in this neighborhood want answers.
Right. And what have we been able to get anything from law enforcement or investigators or fire officials who were there?
Right now, we've got a release from the Wake County Sheriff's Office, but they haven't been able to share a lot of information. The investigation is still ongoing. Right now, the Office of the Chief Medical Examiner is still looking into the exact cause and manner of death, so they're not releasing too much information at this time.
Okay. What is next in this investigation from here?
Got you. So as I said, they're conducting a medical exam to determine the cause of death for all those people who were found at this property. They do still have the entrance to this property blocked off because as of now, this is still considered part of an active crime scene. So we're waiting to hear back from the Wake County Sheriff's Office, who is leading this investigation.
All right. Thank you so much, Willie, and thank you for listening to the WRAL Daily Download and for making us part of your morning routine. Another great way to get WRAL news is the Morning Briefing newsletter. That's a daily email with triangled news, events, and headlines to help you get ready for the day. Sign up at WRAL.com/newsletter.